Hello there. This is a slideshow on a do-it-yourself vacuum chamber because recently I acquired a glass container from my mom. I've been kind of keeping an eye out for one. This one looks like it might fit the bill. It's a little larger than I like, which can get a little scary because as the surface area increases, it needs to be stronger. Um, Bad things can happen when you pull 29 millimeters of vacuum on stuff. Anyway, a couple pictures here to show size reference. I'm guessing it's about 2.5 gallons. On with the build. This is the back steel table I have in the backyard. Went ahead and cleaned it up with a edger sander and some 24 grit paper. Just getting the epoxy and rust off. Trying to help with the seal. Didn't polish it, just took the rough stuff off. Here's a 7/16 hole, kind of offset from center because I don't want to be in the middle of the jar or the table. Here's the hardware I needed. It's a 1/4 inch brass fitting. It's actually a 1/4 inch flare by 1/4 inch MIP, also known as a 1/4 inch MPT. There's a washer also drilled out to 7/16, an O-ring that fit, and the top of that, surprisingly I couldn't find a nut. The top is just a cap for a lamp pipe, so it threads on there. I had to drill it out, of course, not a big deal. Here's what it looks like when it's assembled. Just slide the washer over the fitting, follow it with a O-ring. That'll come up through the bottom of the table, and of course the flare into that fitting will fit right inside of the HVAC line, which has seals in it automatically, so that'll be a nice seal. Then as it comes up through the table, I'll compress that O-ring into the bottom of the table with that drilled out cap I mentioned earlier. So there it is, fitted on there. I lubed it up with a little creamy Vaseline, just as good measure. Didn't want to make a mess, but this is some rubber sheets I had, drilled holes in them, lined them up, and set them on top of the table. And there's the jar next to it. And there's a jar inverted. That's probably how I'm going to use it, offset to the side like that. Initially noticed I didn't get a good seal without rotating and pushing down on the jar. Also, I only pulled to about 27 of vacuum instead of where I'm at a little over 29 when I lube up. Here's some more pictures of a tank alongside of and behind, just for reference. There's a glass. It was hot water out of the tap. It took about 5 minutes of 50 or so degree weather outside, so it wasn't particularly hot. I added some food coloring. There you could see petroleum jelly slathered up on the rim and around the fitting and a little bit on the table too. There it is with no vacuum. Transitioning there, the pump's on. It's under the table. Starting to develop more vapors and even more vapors. And then at a certain point, it just erupted into a violent boil. And it went all over the place. I wasn't expecting it. I probably sucked up some water into my vacuum pump, and we'll definitely have to change the oil in it. Soon after the stuff hit the rubber pad underneath, it started to boil as well. And just some more pictures of the same. And here we are again. Fun to watch. Not something I'm going to do on a regular basis. There are some actual useful ways to use a vacuum chamber, like marinating foods, relubricating bearings, or degassing resins and such. I've messed around with vacuum chambers in the past, pressure cookers and whatnot. They're always kind of fun. Definitely make a good marinator. But anyway, stuff's always a little more fun when you can see what's going on. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.